Yes, I wrote everything down. Yeah, that's definitely one of the reasons. I mean, it seems to be getting bogged down. Although we did see some movement today with the stimulus, and we saw yesterday we had the we saw the spending plan extended, for the government. So that's a good sign, But there's still no definite. They're fighting over a $908 billion stimulus package, and I don't know. I'm sure it's going to be done before Christmas, only because if they don't get it done before Christmas, millions will lose unemployment benefits on Christmas Eve. And the Democrats don't want it to be blamed on them, and the Republicans surely don't want it to be blamed on them. So I guarantee you we'll get a plan, we'll get a stimulus by Christmas Eve. And evictions will go out also at the end of this month if there's no stimulus, for sure. And look at New York. New York now is closing indoor dining. There's going to be thousands of people out of work now, and they may never come back. I don't know if restaurants who've had a tough year can afford to close indoor dining. It's going to be very tough. But then again, you'll add those people to the unemployment lines, where we saw the number jump to 853,000 this month unemployed. These numbers are the one thing, I think you and I spoke about this, that the one thing that's troubling to traders is the unemployment number. You're getting really depression-like unemployment numbers. It's horrible. Well, yeah, and here's why. The stimulus plan is really for the average consumer. It's not so much for the market. The market feels that, the market's always looking ahead. So we always feel that, the virus is going to be controllable. We'll have a vaccine. Also, eventually these two parties, the Democrats and Republicans, they get loggerheads, but they will figure out a stimulus plan and people will get the stimulus. So overall, yes, it's tough if you're relying on that, whatever it's going to be, $1,200, $1,000 check. You want it before Christmas. It may not come, for sure, because we're running out of time, like you mentioned. But that's more for the average person. We hate to see evictions and things, but that'll probably work out. But in the long run, the market looks for what's going to happen next year. December 31st will be here before you know it, and then we're looking for a good year next year. I know it sounds incredible with what we see, but we think that, because of the vaccine, people will go back to work sooner than anticipated, and we'll get back on. But in the short term, it could be a rough couple of weeks. There's no question about it, especially in cities like New York and LA, where they're closing down again. People are going to be out of work. It doesn't work. These close downs don't work. They tried to shut down in Europe. They didn't work. They don't work here. So it's crazy. It really is. But we'll see. Right. No, I think the market goes down next week, and I'll tell you why. If you look at the VIX went from 20.5 up to almost 25. And remember, that's a reversal of what, if stocks go up, it's good. But if the VIX goes up, it's basically a crash maybe coming, or a big sell-off. And that's a big move in the VIX from 20.5, where it's been lagging right there for a couple of months, up to 24 and almost 25, 24.84. So when the VIX gets that high, don't be surprised to see the market sell off big next week. I don't think you'll see a crash, but you could see a market sell off 200 or 300 points easy coming into the Christmas week. Remember, I've been telling you, I think we'll see a sell-off. Once we reach 30,000, I believe we would see a sell-off. Not a big crash, but enough, and not a correction, but enough to people say, the market's falling. But yeah, I think you'll see a sell-off tomorrow, next week. Yeah, don't panic. I mean, stay put. I think, it might be a good chance to buy things. Look at Disney. I mean, look at Disney today, up 15% basically on those numbers. I think if it sells off next week, you may look to buy a little Disney, because those are projections for 2024. So if you're buying Disney now, it could be the thing to do. But no, don't sell, don't panic. It would be, I think, a short sell-off to the end of the year. Remember, there'll be tax selling going on now and things of that nature. A lot of refocusing on your portfolio more than really investing in stocks. So we'll see what happens. But I think, again, and I agree, I think next year we'll see a good market. Yeah, I do agree. I think we'll have a good market, but some of those returns we're not going to see. Again, a lot of it was because of the unemployment number. A lot of it is we've just almost created a bubble in certain industries. So you may not see those type of returns that we've had really for the last 2 years. I mean, they've been great. And again, if this election holds true, we have a new administration possibly coming in. It's not over yet, which is incredible. We'll see how that goes. I mean, that could change things a lot too. We can't forget that. I mean, if in fact Joe Biden does raise taxes, it seems incredible that he would do such a foolish move. But if he does, that will hurt the markets. And again, if he puts stronger restrictions on things, that will also help, especially on smaller industries. So we'll have to wait and see how that all plays out. But basically, I do believe we'll have a pretty good market, only because there's still a lot of cash flowing around looking for a home, and we're the best house in the worst neighborhood, and I think you'll see money come into America. We do a lot with German insurance companies, and they still always invest here. Remember, that money comes in every month, so it's not like it's an investor actually going out and buying Disney. They just have to invest. They have a fiduciary responsibility. So that money still comes to America, and that's just, I'm mentioning Germany, but it comes from all over the world. So we'll have to see how it plays out. My guess is we'll have a good year, but yeah, returns will not be as phenomenal as we've been watching.